Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to sit down and do a good old-fashioned Sephora haul. I have been placing quite a few orders really over the past month or so and just haven't done a Sephora haul, so I have a lot of products to share with you today. I'm wearing some of them right now, some of them I have reviewed, and some of them I've not shown you at all. So I just want to go through, swatch the products, give you my first impression, or give you like a mini review if I've been using the product for a bit and tell you what I think about it. So I will link every product that I talk about today down below in my description box. If you're new here, I hope you subscribe. I do a ton of makeup content, and if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and hop into it. Let's start off with a new release I feel like a lot of people were excited about. I picked up two of the Pat McGrath Divine Blush Duos. So these are the new blushes from Pat McGrath. Now I also picked up another shade that seems to be exclusive to the Pat McGrath website. I actually ordered these from Sephora because notoriously the Pat McGrath shipping just takes forever. Actually, it seemed like they showed up a little bit quicker this time for people when I saw reviews and just feedback from you guys, so hopefully they're moving in the right direction. So I'm wearing Aphrodite Amore, and I actually really like this. So this is interesting because when I was looking at the website and just looking at the promo photos, I feel like the colors weren't represented very well. So I had to watch a couple reviews, and when I saw this baby doll pink shade, I was like, I need that in my life. So this has like a baby doll pink and then like a mauve-y sort of pink shade, but this is very light. I do have to build it up. I'm wearing it today, but I would say about 3 or 4 layers, and I try to focus mainly in the pink side. This is not something I feel like you need in your life, especially if you have her other blushes, but I am enjoying that shade in particular. I did also get Cosmic Coral. Now this one I'm not sure of. I used this the other day and I feel like it's just not bright enough for me in the sense that the Aphrodite Amore is very pink and baby doll. This one is a little bit deeper because it has that sort of like terracotta sort of color with the pink, and it's just more of like a, I don't know, neutral blush color. But again, I've worn it once, so I still want to try it out. I did also pick up the shade with lilac in it, which was exclusive to her website, so it should be coming today. I will be using it in a video to come, but so far I'm really liking Aphrodite Amore. If you like a very light pink blush, I think you would like this, but I don't think really anyone over a medium skin tone would love this shade just because it's the lightest of the bunch, and I feel like you would really have to build it up. I'm not sure how much it would show up, but I will say that the colors in this range seemed very inclusive. There were some colors that were very rich and beautiful. There was one with like red and purple. I almost got it, but I feel like I would have to be so careful with it that I decided to just go for some shades I feel like would be a little bit easier to use for my skin tone. So if you've seen my recent videos, you've probably seen me use the new ABH palette along with wearing it in my Jaclyn Cosmetics review. I've used this palette now 4 times. I'm wearing it today, literally just one shade on the lid. But I have to say, I did 2 different really beautiful looks, and this palette is very high quality. I think the color story is super beautiful. It's like muted pastel, sort of grungy garden vibes, and I love the purple in here, which is that shade Wisteria. I did a tutorial on this that I will link down below, and then again in my Jaclyn Cosmetics video, I just played around and I got so many compliments in the comments. I know the price went up on this to $55, but I do have to say I feel like the quality is better. The shimmers are not as flaky or chunky, and the fallout overall is less intense. They are still powdery and there's kick up in the pan, but honestly, this is such a pleasure to work with. I really had 0 issues blending. Both times that I did really unique looks with a lot of different shades. So if you've been eyeing this and you're on the fence, I have to say the quality is top notch. So if you see yourself using these shades in this palette, I highly recommend it. So next up, I picked up 5 new products from the rebrand of Haus Labs by Lady Gaga. So they rebranded everything, the packaging, the products, and it's now available at Sephora. I have to say, just upon receiving the products, the quality in terms of the packaging alone is much higher quality, just more interesting. So let's start off with this highlighter. This is the Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter. The packaging is very simple, but yet it has this sort of like holographic vibe to it. Feels nice and weighted in the hand. You can tell the money went into the packaging, which is great. You have this beautiful design. So I picked up the shade Sunstone. Now I tried this a little bit today and I felt like the brush that I was using sort of made it a little bit glittery. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I've seen a lot of reviews and I felt like it looked really beautiful. It didn't seem to want to stick today when I tried it, but I think I might have to use a different brush or maybe just spray setting spray on my face and then use it. The packaging and the presentation is really beautiful though, so I can definitely see that, and they did have quite a few shades. So I'm interested to try this out. It is that baked gelée formula that I like, and again, just packaging is really A+ for me. But when I tried it today, I was a little bit like struggling with it, so I just went ahead and used another highlighter. So I'll have to use this in a trying new makeup video and kind of update my thoughts. I did also pick up one of the bronzers. So this is called the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. The box that the products come in feels very like recyclable. It's really like nice and light. And I picked up the shade Light Level 4. But the packaging is super sleek, high quality. You have a matte front with the logo, and then you have the shiny component. It's just really nice and sleek. It's very thin, but it feels weighted, so it doesn't feel cheap. And then inside you have the bronzer and the logo H. So let me feel this. It feels very soft, almost like there's a creaminess to it. It almost gives me that same sort of texture vibe as the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, but in a powder form, if that makes sense. Like a thick, soft, sort of creamy feel. Even when I feel it in between my fingers, it feels like there's like an emolliency there. So it would probably be really nice and buttery on the skin. Feels like it's pigmented. This shade doesn't seem to be too warm. And I will say they had quite a bit of different shades, but I felt a little confused trying to find which one will work for me. So I just sort of stayed in the light realm. I hope this works for me, but I feel like this is gonna be a product that I'm gonna enjoy. So of course I'll be testing this into trying new makeup coming up, but packaging and presentation is great so far. So I also picked up the High Power Pigment Paint from Haus Labs, and I picked up the shade Blush Matte. So here's the thing, I bought this and then I've seen some reviews and this seems to dry down super fast, like almost too fast to work with. So I'm a little bit worried about using this on my cheeks, which was my intent when I picked it up. So here is the packaging, very sleek and simple. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand and sort of blend it out. It is just a pinky peach shade. I feel like with this product, less is more and you wanna move fast. I'm just gonna let this sit for a second while I talk about this, but I got this shade because I really wanted to use it multi-use. These are supposed to be multi-use. I personally do like pinks on my eyes. Of course, I love pink lips. I love pink cheeks. I love all pink. So I felt like this would be the shade that I get the most use out of. Okay, so it's been on there for about 10 seconds. I could definitely see what people are saying, like it's kind of there and it's not really going to budge. You can feel a little bit coming off when I touch it, but in terms of the edges, it's not moving. So I really don't know how, cheek friendly this product is gonna be. I've just seen some people struggle with a little bit of patchiness or not moving fast enough. So we will have to try this out. This is probably not gonna be a product that is gonna become a favorite of mine just because I probably should have waited to see some reviews, but honestly, I usually just buy stuff the day that it launches and then I'm like, oh crap. But you know what, if nothing else, I'll review it for you guys and we'll see if I can get it to work. And lastly, I picked up 2 lip products from the Haus Labs line. I am wearing one right now and I really like it. This is the Haus Labs Lip Crayon 2.0. So the packaging is sort of like a pen. I mean, it honestly just feels and looks like a pen. And then the actual lipstick is a crayon that comes to a point. So I picked up the shade Light Peony Matte. I think all of them are matte except for like one pink shade. There was another one I was looking at that was like peachy. Honestly, I love a pink lip. So I just paired it with a really sort of deep nude lip liner just to give me the contrast. I feel like this is creamy. I don't feel like it's a dry matte. It, you know, was not like crazy pigmented, but a couple layers, I feel like it gave me a nice pigment. So I like this so far. I don't know if, you know, the packaging is something that I'm like going crazy over, or the formula. I just feel like it's a nice standard pink for me. So interested to keep trying this and maybe pick up another shade. And then I did also get one of the PhD hybrid lip oils. So I went with the shade Tint, which is the pink shade. Now I've worn this a couple times. This actually seems to stain. I think that's what they mean by the PhD. So it almost goes on clear, and then there's like a little bit of like a pink stain left over, which you guys know I like. So it has a large doe foot, not as large as some other brands, but definitely a large curved doe foot. I don't smell anything. I can't recall a smell. I'm gonna swatch it on the inside of my hand because I don't want to stain the outside when I'm trying to swatch all this stuff. So I'm gonna let it sit for a second. This is more of a, I guess, thin formula. When I think of like the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip oils, they're quite thick, not sticky, but they really hang on. This one is a little bit thin for my liking. It's not as hydrating, or it doesn't kind of coat the lips like I prefer, but I do like the stain that it leaves behind. So I feel like it's almost one of those that if my lipstick has worn off throughout the day, I can throw this on and it just gives my lips a nice flush. And we all know I like a stain. So you can see already, just it being on my hand for 30 seconds, that pink is starting to come through. So these do definitely leave a tint to the lips. So if you don't like that, you may not like these, but it's not something crazy where I feel like it's like hot pink. So I feel like I'll keep this and enjoy it. But again, I wish these companies would just put a little more of a tint to these lip oils, only because I feel like, you know, they come out with 4 shades or 5 shades or whatever it is, and most of them look the same on the lips. So I would have preferred, instead of the stain, just to add more pigment so there was a variation between shades. But I'm excited to keep trying it. Again, I'll be using all these products in videos to come. Speaking of lip stains, I did pick up 2 of the new Fenty Beauty Poutsicle hydrating lip stains. Everybody was tagging me in this because of the name, and I have to say I love the name. So I picked up the shade, is it My Type? And then also Zesty Bestie. So I prefer Zesty Bestie. I know these are going like viral on TikTok because they stain. TikTok cracks me up because it's like, there's so many lip stains on the market, and then Fenty comes out with one and people apply it and then they're like shocked that it stains, and it's just kind of funny to me. The stuff that goes viral on TikTok, like, it's a lip stain. So yeah, it stains. That's like the whole point of it. So this is the shade Zesty Bestie. I like how on the packaging, the color is sort of like on the top, so you can, you know which one you're grabbing. There's only 4 shades to start, but I'm curious if she will sort of expand. The formula is very, very thin. It is pigmented and it has like a shine to it, but I would say that the shine kind of goes down over a little bit, or you could just wipe it off and keep that stain there. So this one is called My Type, which is like a pink. So typically I would just apply this when I'm about to do my makeup, and then I just sort of let it sit, and then I will wipe it. And here you can see what's left over from one wipe. So you're definitely gonna get the most, you know, bang out of the 2 from the red shade. And then if you keep wiping, the pink definitely fades more so than the red. But overall, they really are a nice formula. If you want to use a lip stain, but you find the markers drying or patchy, this you can just apply on, let it sit for, I don't know, a couple minutes, and then sort of blot it off, put your other lip products on, or you could just wear it as is. I've seen people wear it just as a lip product, which I did in a previous video, and it's super beautiful. It just kind of has that sort of glossy look to it, and then again, over time, it just sort of calms down and leaves you with the stain. So I think it's pretty. I'd like to see some more shades of this, just some more like really bright, like orange, or I don't know, just more bright neon sort of colors, because I feel like I'm definitely drawn to the red shade. So speaking of Fenty, they actually came out with a Cherry Treat lip oil, but it's not under Fenty Beauty, it's under Fenty Skin, which is sort of interesting. I would have thought maybe this product would be under Fenty Beauty, but I had to get this once I just saw the new lip oil. The packaging is super cute. It's nothing crazy, but you have that large doe foot again. I feel like so many brands just have that same doe foot. What you're paying for with this is the scent. It smells very much like cherry. So it's basically just a pretty clear lip oil, and it just has a really beautiful cherry scent. So this is a nice standard lip oil, but really if you're like a cherry lover or a Fenty Beauty lover, this is a great lip oil to have on hand. I feel like, again, I would have just loved to see like a little bit of like a cherry pigment in there. I feel like that would be really beautiful. I just don't know. I know a lot of people like sheer, but in my comment section when I mentioned this in my last video, a lot of you said that you would prefer brands, you know, amp up the pigment in these lip oils a little bit more. And I often wonder why they don't, because if you're gonna come out with like multiple shades, which I'm assuming they'll probably expand on this, I would think you'd want to have like different colors. So I would have liked, you know, a little more pigment in there. I think that's one of the reasons I like the Jaclyn one so much. But this is a, you know, solid formula, and really the scent is intoxicating. Speaking of yummy scents, I did pick up all of the new Sol de Janeiro perfume mists. So these are new and limited edition. When I saw these, I was like so excited. So I did pick up all three. I have to say I am really into the tan lines, but also the Sea and Soul. So these are limited edition. They are perfume mists, so they're not, you know, super strong. You do have to reapply. I really love Sea and Soul. This one is like blue raspberry to me. It's almost like blue raspberry mixed with an aquatic scent. I would say it's probably my favorite scent of the three, but it doesn't last. It's kind of the one that fades the most because it's just so like sweet and almost like, I don't know, fruity. But I really like this one. And then Tan Lines, I really love. It lasts a little bit longer. Tan Lines is very much like a beachy sort of sunscreen scent with a floral undertone. It's not like overly floral like rose or anything that's gonna give you a headache. It's just very beachy with a little bit of that like sunscreen and floral backing to it. And then the one that I use the least, but I feel like a lot of people may like, just because it's more sexy, this is the Tropical Nights. So this one has like tonka and vanilla. This one is definitely more sexy, but again, I would say that all three of these are sweet, which is something that I like. So if you're someone that likes like sweet, fruity, yummy, warm scents, I don't know if you can really go wrong. The only thing is they don't last very long. So this is something that I would, you know, keep in my, I don't know, gym bag if I were to go to the gym. I don't go to the gym, but you know what I'm saying? Something like that where you can kind of like reapply, keep at your desk at work, just reapply. It's not something that's so over the top. It's going to be like offensive or give people a headache or anything like that, but it's not going to hang on all day. But again, it's a body mist. This is something that they advertise to actually like put in your hair too. So you could definitely do that. So I really like all three of these. I think it's a fun little collection for summer. I also picked up another product from Sol de Janeiro. This is the Boom Boom Soul Oil. So this is an SPF 30 glowing oil. I love that it's in a spray component and it has a little bit of that like glimmer to it, but this is definitely an oil. So this is something that I would use really only by the pool. So I'll just sort of swatch it on my hand for you. It is very, very oily. So I really wouldn't wear this unless you're okay with having your skin feel quite, you know, greasy or oily, but it smells so good. I mean, that's the entire reason I bought it, to be honest. So it does have a little bit of glitter or illumination in it, but honestly, a lot of it settles to the bottom. So you really gotta like shake it up to get that shimmer to come up. It's more of just like a really glowy oil that smells incredible with SPF. There's another one I wanna try from K Skin. I love the SPF lip balm from them, and they just came out with like a lotion and also a body oil with SPF in it, and I know the lip product smells really yummy as well, so I want to try that next, but honestly, I can't resist anything that has the Boom Boom scent. Speaking of SPF, I picked up a brand new SPF from Summer Fridays. This is called the Shade Drops SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. So there's a lot of sunscreens coming out. I get wary of them because I'm prone to breakouts, but I had heard so many great things about this one in particular, so I kind of watched the reviews. I know there was like a new one from Glow Recipe, also Tatcha. I mean, there's been so many. To this day, my favorite is still the Unseen Sunscreen from Glow Recipe, but this has been getting rave reviews, and you get quite a bit of product. You get 50 ml or 1.7 ounces. I haven't even tested this or swatched it or anything. So it does have a squeezy tube, and the formula comes out like a milky color, but it feels pretty thin. And then I'm gonna rub it in. I don't think it has a scent. I'm still smelling a little bit of the boom boom, but it has a nice glow to it, but it doesn't feel like over the top. Like it's gonna be something that's going to mess with my makeup. It doesn't feel overly greasy. It feels nice and light, but almost like a moisturizer with a little bit of a glow. Let me know if you've tried this. I honestly have heard so many people really, really loving this. So I'm interested to give this a try because the glow recipe that I use is almost like a silicone primer. It's clear and it almost has that silicone feel to it. So this would be a totally different formulation, but I have to say the packaging is beautiful, very simple. And I did really love their jet lag mask from, you know, a while back. So this is, I think, only my second product, maybe my third from them, but I'm excited to give it a try and maybe find a new holy grail. So next up, I grabbed one of the new LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer Sticks. So this came out, I would say like a week or two ago. I got the shade Harmony, which is medium. It's already sold out. This brand sells out so quickly, and I really just wanted to get it because I knew a lot of you wanted to see a review. So I love the packaging and the component, but I will say I did open this the other day. You have to be careful when you're putting it back, the cap back on. You have to be careful. And let me just say this, I am clumsy. I am, you know, moving quickly. I just throw things in and out. You're going to, you know, scuff up the bronzer. So just be mindful of that. So this is what the bronzer looks like. It does have that triangle shape, and then I'm going to swatch it. It is very emollient, and that is something that I keep hearing in some of the reviews. Wow, very pigmented too. That looks really dark. That's the medium shade. I kind of wish I would have gone for like the light. I don't know if there was a light medium or a light. It seems very, very emollient though, which could be a good or bad thing. I feel like dry skin types may really like that. If you're combo oily, it may be too much for you. I mean, I barely touched it and that seems really dark. It might just sheer out though if you know, don't swipe it on your face. So I'll have to try this out. Let me know your thoughts if you have it. I know a lot of you picked it up. I'll try to link it down below if it's available on the LYS website and not on Sephora, just because their products sell out and I feel like it's so hard for them to restock. All right, so this next purchase, I'm a little embarrassed by because I purchased one shade and then I don't know what it was. I had this feeling these products were gonna sell out and I almost felt like they were gonna go viral on TikTok. I feel like they're going to, I still do. I think like most of the shades sold out. Now you can get them at other retailers, so I'm gonna link them at like Beautylish and just other websites. But I picked up, you guys, don't judge me. There were 6 shades. I picked up 5 shades. 5 shades of the new RMS Beauty ReDimension Hydra powder blushes. Am I okay? Like honestly, am I okay? I don't think so, because I didn't even try these and I picked up 5. What is going on with me? I just feel like this is going to be a product people really love. So this is what the product looks like, and these are refillable, so you can pop this out. This shade right here is called Sangria. These very much remind me of the Nabla blushes. This is that baked gelée formula. They have a shimmer to them, but it's not like chunky glitter. So I also picked up Maiden's blush, and then this one looks gorgeous, Pomegranate Fizz. I mean, the presentation on these is just absolutely stunning. And then the lightest one is called French Rose, which is like a baby doll pink. And then finally, this really beautiful sort of coral shade called Mai Tai, or orangey shade. So I really want to test these out. I've swatched a couple of them. They're gorgeous. But I feel like a lot of people are really gonna love these. I feel like this is just kind of like one of those releases that people are gonna go nuts for. And I honestly am questioning my sanity for buying 5 of these. These were $30 each. And I didn't even try the formula and I bought 5. Like honestly, send help. I really don't know what I was doing, but I really hope that I love the formula. Otherwise, I'm going to be gifting to everyone I know. So next up, I picked up a lipstick from the brand Give Beauty. This is the Gwen Stefani brand. This is my first product from them. So originally she came out with like some brow products and then mostly just red lipstick. I mean, that's kind of her signature, but she just expanded and I really wanted to try this. So I got the satin version. This is the high performance satin lipstick. And I picked up Screen My Phone Calls, which honestly looks very similar to what I'm wearing on my lips now, maybe a little deeper. Packaging is really nice and unique. I mean, it does give me Gwen Stefani vibes. And then it actually has sort of the logoing around the actual component, which is nice. So this looks like a really beautiful pink shade, and I went for the satin just because I prefer that. I just like something that is just not as dry and doesn't crack. So this looks like a really pretty light pink. This is definitely a color I would wear with like a brown lip liner. So I'm excited to give the formula a try. This will be my first product from this brand, so I will try this in a video to come. So if you've seen any of my recent reels or TikToks or trying to makeup videos, I did demo and talk about the new Benefit blushes. I picked up 2 minis in the shade Shelly and Krista. Shelly is actually my favorite. Even though it's not as bright as Krista, it can be built up and has like this beautiful glow to it. Krista is really, really bright, which I thought would be my favorite, but I don't know. I tend to prefer Shelly, which shocked me, but I actually went back and I picked up the shade Willa. I haven't swatched this yet. Now I had to get it in the large size. Some of them don't come in the minis, which I kind of wish they all did just because it's a little pricey when you buy multiples. So this one looks almost like a cool pink, almost leaning like mauve-y pink. Definitely has a shimmer to it. I thought it would be a little bit interesting for my collection, a little bit more unique. Honestly, I wanted every shade of the new blushes, and I typically get PR from Benefit, but I didn't for this launch. So I'm happy to buy the products, but at the price point, I'm like, okay, you cannot buy 10, even though I just bought 5 of the RMS Beauty. Let's not talk about it. So I was like, which ones really are different or stand out to you? I really want to get Butterfly as well, which is like a hot orange. So I might end up caving and getting that too, but I really like the formula on these because they're not overly pigmented and they're not sheer. They're kind of right in the middle, so you don't have to be careful with them, but you can build them up to make them really intense. So I think this is a great launch for them. And I don't love the packaging, but they did make it a little bit thinner, so I feel like it's not as bulky. So I feel like this was a really, really nice launch for Benefit. I'd like to see more like this more often. I did also grab another blush. I know, you guys are probably like, it's enough. But this was in store, and when I wanted to get it originally, it was sold out. So this is the Sephora collection. These are great little blushes. They went viral on TikTok, and I picked up the shade Date Night, which is a really beautiful hot pink. One of you guys actually told me about it because I was really loving Hey Jealousy, which I still love. It's more of like a raspberry, but a lot of you were like, check out this shade, and it was just sold out. These are just such a nice formula. They're pigmented, but again, not hard to work with. They have some really fun shades, some with shimmer, some matte, and the price point is great. So I think this is like my 4th one now, and I would highly recommend these. I did also grab this brush that caught my eye when I was in store. This is the Sephora Collection 98 brush, and it's called the Pro Highlight. So lately I've been liking brushes like this for highlighter that are just really kind of targeted, but not like that tapered, sort of like the Morphe, was it like 510? I can't even remember because I feel like I've 501, M501, that sounds familiar, but I like ones like this. Okay, it's shedding. Ooh, maybe that's not good. Like it's actually shedding. Okay. Wow, this one side, it's literally coming out. So I may have to return this. I've actually heard really good things about Sephora Collection brushes, and I've had a few in the past, and it seems like it's only happening on this side right here, but the bristles are literally just continuing to come, so that's probably gonna be a no. I think I paid like 15 bucks for this, which, I mean, it's not the most expensive, but I don't think that's right that all the hairs are coming out, so maybe I'll contact customer service and just be like, yo, can you refund me? Can I send it back? What can I do? But I really just thought this would be a perfect shape for highlighting, maybe even doing like a little bit of blush draping. So I will keep it and see if, you know, it hangs on, or if it starts falling apart, then I'm gonna return it. Okay, so we're getting to the end of this haul, I promise. I picked up so much stuff, but I did also get 2 new colors of the ABH lip liners. So I have the like deep taupe and the cool brown, which are really pretty nude shades, but I wanted something a little bit different. So I got this color Sandstone, which has more of a warm undertone. Then I also picked up Chai. This formula is very similar to like a MAC lip pencil, very dry, but I like that because it hangs on all day. It's not thick or chunking up. I really like the formula on these. So I did grab 2 new shades. The only thing that sucks is these are out of stock a lot. So you kind of have to keep your eye on it because a lot of the really popular shades are like never in stock. So I'll try to link these down below, maybe at like Ulta, Sephora, just see where they're actually in stock. All right, and I want to finish this video off with cream bronzers. I already demoed these or showed these, but I thought that I would haul them anyways in case you missed those videos. this is the season of cream bronzers. So I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin bronzer, and I got the shade medium. This is a really nice bronzer, very large pan, and this feels almost like putty to me. If you saw my review on this, it's very almost like stiff and dry feeling. Like when you touch it, it feels like a putty, and then you warm it up with your finger, but it blends really easily. It has a matte finish. I would recommend this formula for those of you that don't like something super emollient. So if you have like dry skin and you like something super creamy and dewy and hydrating, I would say like go for the LYS. But if you have oily skin, combo skin, or you just don't like that greasy feeling, this may be a good option for you. So I really have been enjoying this. I did also pick up the new Nars bronzing cream. So I have the shade Laguna 02, which is the original Laguna. This originally came out in one shade. People loved it. They took it away. People were like, why'd you take it away? Now they came back with different shades. This is a really nice formula. I would say a good standard formula. I don't feel that this is dry like the Charlotte Tilbury. When I say dry, it's not in a bad way, but it's just, you have to kind of work it into the skin. It's not super slick or greasy feeling. This is sort of right in the middle. It's not greasy, but it's nice and emollient, very thin. It doesn't have that putty feel. It just feels like a cream bronzer. But when you blend it out on the skin, it's not overly dewy or heavy. I feel like people like this for good reason, and I like that they came out with more shades. So I am really happy with this one as well. I am more of a powder bronzer type of gal. Today I'm wearing the Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I really like it, the new powder. But I know a lot of people love cream bronzers, and I feel like this is a good formula, honestly, for any skin type. And then lastly, I picked up both of the new products from Makeup by Mario. So we have the Skin Enhancer, which is sort of like a cream bronzer, and then we have the Skin Perfector. So I actually like this product more, which is the Skin Enhancer, and I thought I would hate it. Here's the thing about this. I feel like this would be great for those of you that really don't wear makeup. You wear an SPF and then you want something just to kind of give you some definition. That's how Mario uses it. He just sort of uses it to give warmth to the skin. This does have a radiance to it. It's not glittery, but it has a glow to it, and it's very emollient. When I say emollient, greasy feeling. This would be something that I feel like dry skin types would love. Natural makeup. This is a product that goes well with like tinted moisturizers or just concealer and nothing else. I have used it as a cream bronzer and it worked. And setting it with my Dior powder did work as well, but this is definitely not as pigmented as the other bronzers that I showed. This is not technically marketed as a bronzer, but that's really how I've seen him use it. Even if he just says, you know, it warms up the face, that's pretty much what a bronzer does. So I like this product, but because I wear more of like a matte foundation most of the time or medium to full coverage, I don't know how much use I'll get out of this. And this product I don't really love, but this is the Skin Perfector. So again, he used this basically to just set the cream balm here. I mean, essentially, to me, this is a powder bronzer, and then you have some like shimmery powder, and then you have almost like a highlighter. So you can swirl them all together, and it's essentially just like a really glowy bronzing type powder. Now, if you got a shade that was like your skin tone, this is medium in both of these. If I would have gotten like fair or light, I could have used it as a finishing powder, but just know this is going to enhance your texture. So I just don't know if this is, you know, like, well, I know it's not blowing my mind. This one I really probably won't use like at all. This one, I feel like on days when I'm literally running out the door and I just put on like a tinted moisturizer with a little bit of concealer and just use this to give me some sort of definition, I can definitely see a market for this. I know he said he used it on Kim, like when she shot for Sports Illustrated, and it's like, well, it makes sense then, like if you're going to the pool or, you know, you're wearing minimal makeup, but I just don't see, I don't know, a lot of people falling in love with this for like an everyday type product if you're somebody that wears full makeup or full glam like I do. So I think this product is nice, but it's just not marketed for me personally. This product with the shimmer, I just feel like it enhances texture. it's just not something I'll be reaching for. All right, guys, so that is everything for this Sephora haul. I feel like this was really, really long, but I have so many products that I've been purchasing, and some of them I have reviewed. So as I said, you can check the links down below or my most recent videos, and you'll see the products in the thumbnail if you're interested in my thoughts. But I'm excited to try all these products out. Let me know if you've tried any of them. I know a lot of you have been buying a ton of new releases just as I have. So I'd love to hear your feedback, whether you had a good experience or not. I will link all the products down below as usual if there's anything you're interested in, as well as the makeup I'm wearing right now. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.